When KDK Auto Brokers opened in Cleveland in 2003, Phil Klima and his father, John Klima, were selling about 20 to 30 vehicles per month, mainly to customers looking for reliable transportation in the $3,000 to $8,000 range. At the time, the way people shopped for cars was beginning to change. More buyers were researching vehicles online before ever stepping onto a dealership lot, creating an opportunity for smaller independent dealers like KDK Auto Brokers to compete with much larger auto groups. For KDK Auto Brokers, that became the foundation of the business. Instead of relying on name recognition or a large franchise network, the dealership focused on competitive pricing, accurate descriptions, quality photos, and ensuring each car was properly reconditioned before it was listed online. The idea was that if customers could understand exactly what they were looking at online, they would feel more confident taking the next step in person. Over time, that approach helped the small Cleveland area operation grow into one of Ohio's highest volume independent dealerships. Monthly sales eventually climbed past 180 vehicles and, during some months, exceeded 200. The company also went on to outsell every independent dealer in its county and more than 90% of all new and used car dealers in Ohio. Today, KDK Auto Brokers continues to earn customer trust and long-term loyalty by creating a transparent, informative, and low-pressure buying experience. Before co-founding KDK Auto Brokers, John Klima built an award-winning career in sales and leasing management, including a number 5 national ranking in Lincoln Mercury sales and one of Ohio's strongest pre-owned vehicle operations. His son, Phil Klima, brought more than 17 years of automotive industry experience to the business, working with a wide range of domestic and import brands including Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, and Mitsubishi. From 2003 to 2005, while KDK Auto Brokers was still growing in Cleveland, Phil gained hands-on experience in both mechanical and cosmetic reconditioning. During this time, he developed a deep understanding of how vehicle condition and presentation directly influence buyer perception. In the used car market, appearance is important, but consistency is essential. What customers see online must reflect what they experience in person. When it doesn't, trust breaks down. As KDK Auto Brokers expanded, that attention to detail became a defining part of the company's reputation. Every vehicle was expected to match its photos, descriptions, and the expectations set online. In 2005, the company expanded to Brook Park, Ohio, opening a larger facility with capacity for more than 140 vehicles. Monthly sales grew to approximately 80 to 100 units as KDK Auto Brokers leaned further into a high-volume, lower-margin model designed for customers who were already comparing vehicles online. That model became KDK Auto Brokers' competitive advantage. Instead of trying to make the highest margin on each sale, it was more focused on moving more vehicles by giving online shoppers competitive prices, accurate information, and enough visual detail to feel comfortable with their purchase. By 2007, KDK Auto Brokers had outgrown the 3 facilities it was leasing throughout the Cleveland area. Sales were increasing, and the business needed more room for inventory, staff, service work, and everyday operations. When a former Nissan dealership in Brunswick, Ohio, became available near where the family lived, it created the opportunity for a major expansion. The property offered the scale the business needed, sitting on about 3 acres with space for more than 200 vehicles. With the larger facility, KDK Auto Brokers quickly moved into the top tier of independent dealerships in Ohio, becoming one of the top 2 or 3 highest volume operators in the state. From 2007 through 2015, the dealership regularly sold more than 160 vehicles per month. During this same period, Phil served as controller, managed marketing, and helped run daily operations. As the dealership grew, these roles became increasingly interconnected. More cars on the lot meant more pricing decisions, more customer traffic, more reconditioning work, and a lot more going on behind the scenes. For KDK Auto Brokers, the challenge was not only carrying more inventory, but keeping the buying process consistent as the dealership grew. The Brunswick years also expanded the dealership's inventory experience. Phil's knowledge of luxury import brands, domestic trucks, and SUVs grew, helping KDK Auto Brokers reach a more diverse customer base than it had in its earlier years. By this point, the dealership was no longer defined solely by entry-level affordability. It had evolved into a high-volume operation with a significantly more diverse inventory, while maintaining the core principles that shaped its early success. In 2016, KDK Auto Brokers expanded again with the acquisition of a former Lincoln Mercury dealership located across the street from its existing Brunswick facility. The new property added more than 10 acres of operational space and marked another major step in the company's growth. The expansion allowed KDK Auto Brokers to further improve and streamline its reconditioning process while supporting a larger inventory base, maintaining consistent quality standards along the way. Today, the dealership holds an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and has been recognized by AutoTrader as one of its top-performing dealers. Leadership describes the company culture as grounded in transparency, integrity, and a customer-first mindset. Its mission has always been to offer quality vehicles at below-market pricing while creating a trustworthy buying experience. That same care extends to its employees. In an industry often associated with long hours and demanding schedules, KDK Auto Brokers has made work-life balance a priority by creating an environment that allows employees to spend more time with their families while continuing to grow professionally. The company also places a strong emphasis on building a diverse team and maintaining a workplace where employees from different backgrounds can contribute and grow in their careers. Like many growing businesses, KDK Auto Brokers faced challenges as it expanded. One of the most difficult periods came after the company took on a new car franchise that ultimately was not the right fit for its long-term business model. That decision led to a substantial operational reset, including staffing adjustments, restructuring, and an 18-month rebuilding period. Although the transition was demanding, it ultimately clarified the company's direction and reinforced the strengths of the independent dealership model that had driven its early success. Through that experience, the company learned an important lesson: the fundamentals that worked early on still work just as well at scale. KDK Auto Brokers' strength was not simply having more cars than before. It was having a repeatable process for sourcing, preparing, pricing, and presenting vehicles in a way customers appreciated. Over the years, KDK Auto Brokers has stayed active in the local community. It has supported organizations and schools including the Westside Catholic Center, Incarnate Word Academy, St. Ignatius High School, and the Welsh School at St. Ignatius, where it sponsored the full annual tuition of a student. For Phil Klima, success has never been defined solely by sales volume or profitability. While growth has always been important, he has consistently worked to make a positive impact on customers, employees, and the broader community. Phil and John Klima have also expanded into real estate through PJK Holdings, LLC. Together, they have built a portfolio of nearly 800 residential units valued at just under $60 million, with Phil focused on operations and John serving as a financial backing partner. Outside of work, Phil stays involved in coaching his son's CYO sports teams and remains active in youth athletics, while also spending time with his wife and children. John, married to his wife Barbara for over 47 years, continues to focus on family life and his longtime personal interests, including collecting rare art, maps, and historical manuscripts. More than 2 decades after opening its doors, KDK Auto Brokers continues to raise the standard for independent dealerships by staying committed to transparency, consistency, and lasting customer relationships.